Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Rector, honorable guests, we are very grateful to National and Kapodistrian University of Athens of having this privilege to be here at this very special day in the history of Georgia. For Georgia, the gate to Europe's Schengen zone is Athens. As I make the first visa-free symbolic entry in Athens, I also make a step towards Georgia's return to Europe, political, economic, social, cultural, and spiritual. Being here today is not, of course, coincidental. Greece is the biggest host country of a Georgian diaspora in the EU. Georgian citizens in Greece are already in their second generation, making their mark in the country's economy and culture. They make us proud, tighten our bonds, and lay the foundations of a relationship that was always destined to be special. Today is the beginning of a tighter relationship. Business, studying, and tourism will be easier. In harder times for Georgia, we have forged a people-to-people relationship on which we can build. Times have changed. Today, Georgia stands as the leading European reformer in the Eastern Partnership, daring to claim and to envision a relationship that will be more than an association. In key respects, we are in a European political frame, as we have made strides in creating a state that engages social partners, respects checks and balances, and has a level-playing democracy that creates economic opportunity. Being a gate to Europe is something Greece and Georgia share proudly. From the Caspian Sea to the Adriatic, we now have the potential to become tangibly united. We are the door for Caspian resources to Europe, and Greece can bolster its role as a regional distributor of natural gas in southeastern Europe. Beyond energy, Greece is the gate to Europe for China, with Piraeus emerging as the foremost maritime gate to Europe's markets and emerging as a new logistics hub for Europe, Africa, the Balkans, the Middle East, and beyond. When the port of Anaglia in Georgia is completed, the only deep-sea port in the east banks of the Black Sea, Georgia will become a gate for China's overland route through Central Asia to Europe. From Anaglia to Piraeus, a new zone of prosperity will be born in Europe, with opportunities for foreign direct investment, employment, trade, infrastructural development, and added value. As the center of gravity of the global economy is shifting towards Asia, from the Suez Canal to the bullet speed trains cutting through Central Asia, our two countries are emerging as the promise of a future that we need to work hard to deliver. And this zone of opportunity is being constructed on the foundations of free movement of goods, services, capital, and most importantly, people. Academic, business, security, and political cooperation between us will be greatly amplified in the years to come. For Georgia, Greece is not only a transit point, but also a destination, with new chapters of strategic cooperation being written as we speak on the initiative of the private sector. Shipping and logistics, tourism and hospitality, agriculture, food and gastronomy, construction and energy. Together we are stronger. And from this day onward, one more barrier in the freedom to meet, create and foster cooperative growth has been demolished. Let's build the strategic partnership we deserve. Athens is of tremendous symbolic significance for all of us. Along with all Eastern Europe, Georgia has been promised a return to Europe. And in Athens, Georgia feels closer to Europe spiritually and culturally. We have been part of great civilizations that have grown side by side for millennia, from the epic tales of Homer to the Byzantine Empire. Our past is interwoven. We have grown together as people, cultures, and nations. The first stop on our return to Europe is a country we consider family. Athens still has the marks of a city that bears the marks of what we consider our version of European history. Hellenic classical heritage infused with the East Roman Empire, the ancient Christian kingdoms of the Caucasus, Byzantium, national rejuvenation, cultural magnificence, political turmoil, war, devastation, and the endorsement of a common vision, building a whole and free European home. Together we are destined to create a non-hegemonic union that fits us all, with the beauty of our cultural uniqueness and the wealth of goods we can create and share. In this plot, Georgia has a role, a mark, and a place. We share the same version of history, and Georgia seeks a place, potentially, politically, economically, culturally, and spiritually, in this European neighborhood, which we share and we regard our own. This claim makes more sense in Athens than anywhere else in Europe. From Athens, where rationalism was born and where democracy as the freedom to live by the rules you legislate was born. We seek a place in a European order that honors sovereignty, but is founded on freedoms, rights, and solidarity. We have an appointment with history, and this journey for many Georgians, and for me personally, restarts today from Athens. Thank you very much.